This is Southborough Zoning Board of Appeals. This is a call to order for the September 17th, 2025 meeting. And so we've got one item on the agenda for this evening, besides some administrative housekeeping. And what we've got is, we've got, who else is, I think both Jamie and Doug are online.
Yep. Jamie, Doug are online. And then Paul will be here shortly.
We've got a public hearing for 250 Turnpike Road / 0 Parkerville Road for the comprehensive permits. And there are the petitioners online. Do we know this?
I do not see them online. They have requested a continuance without discussion to our October 15th meeting.
Okay, since the floor is theirs at the moment, and we've got the board members, Paul's MIA, but I think we've got enough people for if we want to wait, or we could do minutes, get that done.
If you want 2 minutes?
Yep. Why don't we do minutes while we're waiting for the petitioners?
Okay. So we have the minutes from August 20th on our agenda for approval.
Does anyone have any questions, revisions, or comments to those minute meetings?
I had a small one.
What's that?
I had a small one. So there's a section where you wrote a sentence twice in a paragraph, and it says something to the effect that Doris Cahill had some questions regarding the lounge area, and this has to do with the applicant petition for the golf.
Okay.
Okay, if you get, it's not too far into the discussion, maybe third paragraph in.
Okay.
It's there twice, if you read the paragraph. I don't think you meant that, that's all.
Did not. Let me see. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay,
I'll take care of it.
all right. And no further comments?
Jamie, any questions or comments?
Nope, I'm good.
Doug?
Same. I was not there, so, but no comments.
All right. I'm open to motion to approve.
Make a motion to approve the August 21st minutes for the zoning board of appeals.
Second,
We have a motion and a second. All those who are in favor of approving the minutes as amended? Correct.
Aye.
Jamie?
aye.
And Robbins is aye.
All right.
What, do we have anything else on housekeeping?
We have, as far as administrative items, we have some zoning bylaw updates, or I can do the schedule if you want me to just get the schedule out of the way.
Let's do the schedule out of the way.
Okay. So our next meeting is currently scheduled for October 15th. I just want to confirm that date with you guys because I need to send out public hearing notices next week.
15th works for me.
Works for me.
I think I'm good. Let me see. Yes,
Okay.
Great. Let's book it.
It works,
for
it
15th.
works for me.
Okay.
It's in my calendar.
All right. Perfect.
I can't stay on much longer. If they're not coming, can we still vote to continue or?
Well, that's, if Paul gets here, yes.
Oh,
You should be here any second.
okay.
Yeah, but thanks for jumping on. So that's the next meeting minute.
Yeah.
We did meeting minutes, and then it's just the bylaws.
Yeah. Oh, if I could, I want to confirm November 12th as a meeting date. It's a week earlier than we normally do
Just because of the holiday, or
because
do we have something?
it's my son's birthday, selfishly. So if we could do a week earlier, I would appreciate.
No objection to that.
Okay, because I'm gonna have to send out public hearing notices before our next meeting. So I just want to make sure that that date works for everybody so that we have a quorum.
I'd
So-
be remote, but it's no problem for me, other than the time of day. I'm remote, but unless I have a connectivity issue.
Okay.
All right.
Which day are we talking about?
November 12th.
So I do have a conflict that evening.
Okay.
But I don't want you to miss your son's birthday.
I mean, it's up to you. I don't have to be here as part of the meeting if you guys are willing to run the Zoom and all that. So if that date doesn't work for most people, then we can keep it on the 19th.
Why don't we put it down for now? I can't see clearly. Hopefully, this is Paul walking in. Yes, let's get his input. We can just wait
Okay.
for a minute. And then Jamie, whenever you're up against it, you can bail.
Okay, I don't mind voting on the continuance, so then I may bail.
Okay. That's fine. The petitioner's not even here yet, so you're doing great.
You got a schedule?
Quick thing, pull up your calendar. Trying to see, book out, next two meetings.
I'll look there.
All right, October 15th.
That'd be fantastic.
Yep, and then
Okay.
we're doing a week earlier because of a birthday on November 12th.
That would be great because I'm on another board and I would. like between-
Oh, microphone. Sorry.
Sorry.
That'd be awesome.
November 12th.
Sure.
Okay.
All right, let's just make it November 12th. Hopefully that works for David as,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll talk to David when he gets back.
that's it.
Okay.
All right. And then let's just go through any updates on the bylaws and then at a certain point, we're gonna turn into pumpkins.
They have to have them here to vote if they asked remotely.
You don't. So it's up to you guys.
Oh, let's put a fork in this. All right.
Yeah.
Are any of the attendees here for any matters? You gentlemen here for anything tonight?
For the 250 Turnpike public hearing.
All right, it is being continued. The petitioner's not even here.
So do we know why that is?
So we are currently waiting for additional peer review because there were so many outstanding comments at the last round. And because we need an additional round of peer review, we have to do some contract amendments and we're waiting on funding from the applicant. And we have not, as of today, received any sort of revised materials from the applicant either. So I think we're waiting for all of that to come together.
Did the applicant notice that they weren't gonna be here tonight?
No, they requested a continuance without discussion, and then they did send me a letter to extend the date to close the public hearing to November 30th.
There it is. So, I'll entertain motions.
To continue,
Yes,
I'll make a motion to continue.
I'll second it.
we have a motion to continue the public hearing in a second. All those in favor? Doreen?
I'll just say aye. I don't think that's my name,
Sure.
Oh, Doris. Oh,
but it was a D. It was very close.
sorry,
I'm
Doris.
a forgiving.
Oh my
person.
God, that's my day. Sorry about that,
Okay.
Doris.
It's okay.
It's Paul, right?
Whatever.
Jamie?
Bye.
And it's Doug.
Aye.
And Robbins is aye.
Do you guys want to vote on the extension to close the public hearing to, November 30th?
Oh, that's like, it's two things, right? It's continuance and an extension.
Yeah.
I'll vote to extend, sure.
We have a second?
Doreen?
Oh, no.
I'm teasing.
You know, I'm never trying not to crack a smile. I'll second it.
Motion is made in second. All those in favor? Doris?
Aye.
Paul?
Aye.
Jamie?
Aye.
Doug?
Aye.
Motion's been made and approved, and Robbins is aye.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Yes,
All
sir.
right.
Hey, just a question for the board. Isn't the applicant under some sort of time frame to get this all done per their eligibility letter from the state of Mass? I thought it was within 2 years and it's quickly approaching 2 years,
Mm,
if not already surpassed 2 years.
Let me see.
I think we're close.
I'm just trying to see if it's within the project eligibility letter.
And do we know what they need to do to extend this with, what is it, mass housing?
I don't off the top of my head, but that would be the applicant's responsibility to do that. And if they don't and lose their eligibility, that would be, I think, a point where we get town council involved.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's,
Is the question like you'd want us to like vote on it tonight?
No, not at all.
Kind of curious where you're going here.
I'm just, I believe they're already past that timeframe from from a mass housing standpoint to approve this project
I don't,
or to get this project approved.
we're past a year, we're a year and 4 months. I missed the meeting on my birthday last year. So some reason I remember that. So that's why I'm Mulligan rolled. So we're 4 months past that and need to go through. I think we're 3 months before that time frame or 4 months before. We're not there, is my thought. I'm going back. We're a year and 4 months. The one meeting I missed was my birthday, so 2 months before that. I think it's like March. It's 2 years. Do you think otherwise? I mean, I don't. usually I
Guys,
think-
I have to drop. I don't think you need me for anything else tonight.
no,
right?
but thank you. Thank
Okay,
you.
Jamie.
All right, thanks.
Do you have the date of the approval letter from mass housing?
I do. So really, before I lose my spot, the letter says this approval will be effective for a period of 2 years from the date of this letter. Should the applicant not apply for a comprehensive permit within this period, this letter shall be considered to be expired and no longer in effect unless mass housing extends the effective period of this letter in writing. Let's see. In addition, they have to notify mass housing when they apply to ZBA, when the ZBA issues a decision, and if applicable, when any appeals are filed, sorry. And this is dated October 26th of 2023, but I want to say, was this the one that hadn't? Okay.
So we're right there. We're right at 2 years.
So if I may, I think that's a question for town council because I don't know if they only have 2 years to receive their decision or just 2 years to apply to the ZBA. Do you know, like, I'm not sure if that 2-year period is only specific to their application date.
I'm no lawyer.
No, I
either.
can find out for you if you want.
Yeah, I'm no lawyer either, but when I read it, it sounded like they needed to get their approval within 2 years.
Let me find out. I'll get a definite answer for you.
Okay.
And thank you.
Yeah, so does the clock start from our first meeting? Because we certainly didn't have a first meeting in October.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, so that'd be the later, it was somewhere in the beginning of that
Mm.
year. It's close. Maybe not that close.
Wouldn't make sense though from
My recollection of past things is if there's a certain timeline to have things perform within, if we don't have, if we don't have the findings that we need to vote on it, it can be agreed to be extended.
correct, because they've made substantial steps. They've taken
And-
concrete steps
And then.
in
but
reliance. upon the letter.
Conversely, by default, if it's not agreed that it needs to be extended and they feel they've provided everything to us, they can force us
Force us to vote.
to vote. And then if we don't vote, by default, it gets accepted.
That's right. That's exactly right.
And I'm not an attorney, but from past
No.
dealings in this realm, I believe that might be the case. But when the applicant is agreeing to extend, that
Tolls the
means,
timeline.
right, yeah, that extends the timeline, so they can't.
But I
So
don't
if-
think
if-
it's,
If we
that-
keep saying, we want more information, no, we're not happy, it can be forced upon us, like, by default, you didn't,
It's an interesting back and forth though, because so in this case, I believe we're waiting for them for more information from a peer review standpoint. Because we don't feel like we've been provided enough
right.
data on that.
And then they can say, too bad, we've given you everything we wanted.
That's exactly right.
You either need to vote or by default it gets accepted and it supersedes us and goes to, to the mass level. So then typically we can say, fine, we'll vote and vote no. So typically the applicant would then obviously agree to extend it because that would not be
In their interest.
in their best interest.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of curious, like, so that it's
Who's-
been requested to be extended and we've agreed to extend it. I believe like we're in compliance here.
My thing is I think, for this evening, I had really wanted to really try to hold their feet to the fire a little bit, just because what we were speaking about kind of prior to the meeting starting was, hey, listen, this has been kicked down the can a little bit now, and what is it that we're missing? Because I think it's reasonable for us to just be like, hey, listen,
But I again, from like past hearings on totally non-related topics, I'd prefer to have the applicant say, listen, we don't have everything.
Oh, I
100%.
agree.
So
And
we
we'll
we don't
continue.
want to force.
Oh,
you to
I
vote.
totally agree.
So I would prefer to like say respectfully, we're working on this and getting you the best we.
But let's just say to the abutters, to other people in town, this just can't go on forever.
No, I mean, that's,
So,
Well, we certainly have had situations where it couldn't go on forever, and we did make a vote, and then we've also had situations where there's a condition that they forced us to vote.
So I'm not so much concerned about whether or not the ZBA is in compliance with that timeline. It's more, is the applicant in compliance with that timeline? Two other points or one other point, one other question for you. I don't know. So I came tonight prepared to make, a statement about this proposed project. And I will follow up this meeting with a letter to the ZBA. I'll address that to David.
if I can I get your name and address for the record?
Sure, I didn't say that. So, John Palmer, 131 Parkerville Road,
Thank you.
and a butter to this proposed development. I don't know how the applicant can waiver around any number of different regulations, local, state, and federal, without filing a financial pro forma for the development as required under 40B, that shows financial hardship in meeting these regs. They're actually asking for a waiver in submitting that financial pro forma. And I don't know how they can do that because, that's required under 40B. And they need to be able to show financial hardship in meeting these local, state, and federal regs. And then, of course, some of these waivers, just don't hold up because they're not, you can't waiver something that requires a variance. And there's several things in here that I understand require a variance. So I'll put that because I had come prepared tonight to discuss this with the board and with the applicant. But I'll put this in a letter to the board, and I'll CC the applicant as well.
I mean, if you're here, is there other things you wanted to state? Like if you had something prepared, I mean, is it,
You guys continued the public hearing though?
oh, we already continued.
So I
it.
wanted
Oh,
to
Yeah,
that's
Yeah.
fine.
you beat me too. Like, I was just like, we've already continued this, and I think it's more effective to have you here with the petitioner.
Yes.
At least online. I just,
I just
I
didn't want
think
to have
we-
you not like, if you were prepared.
I don't want to shut them down, but we've already voted on it, and so it's a
No, we
situation
can
where the
continue.
petitioner's not here. It's continued, so I just think it's in the best interest to grab the letter, and thank you for that, John.
Yeah, so I just wanted to make that point, and I'll follow it up with a letter to the ZBA and to the applicant. The last question is, completely unrelated. I'm just asking for an understanding where the Park Central 40B stands at this point in time. I haven't heard anything about that in months and months and months. I know there was a legal challenge facing that one. I don't know where that legal challenge stands at this point.
Again, I'd be wary just because it's not on the agenda. I'm happy to send you an email update if you want. I just don't, I get nervous when something's not on the agenda. I don't want the board to go too far into that.
Okay.
But I'm more than happy to send you an email update if that,
I will send you an email so you have my address.
perfect. And
Thank you.
could you also copy me on the letter to the board just so
I sure will.
be
Yeah,
part of the record?
yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate
do
it.
that. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll ask Jay about the pro forma.
Yep. And then, thank you. Have a good night. Bylaw updates.
All right, bylaw updates. Where are we? The ADU bylaw, the administrative updates, that's gonna be on for the fall special town meeting on October 27th. So that is just to update language to align with the state regulations. Updating the definition, changing it from accessory apartment to accessory dwelling unit. And changing that within all the, anywhere it says accessory apartment in the code, changing it to ADU. It's also allowing for special permits for ADUs greater than 900 square feet, which still have to comply with that 25% gross floor area cap. And then it is removing that 5% of single family home cap that nobody ever followed until 3 years ago. So I know I've had discussions with some of you about some additional bylaw changes that perhaps we'd like to see. And I think that there will be time to have those discussions and maybe get something on for the spring town meeting. So,
We were talking about that a little bit, about philosophies, how to address the 25%
mhm.
and look at how it could stand as being discriminatory for those who have smaller homes. And we got, we,
Exactly.
yeah, we got in quite a good discussion. I kind of went a little bit more in one direction, just a flat square foot.
Yeah,
And I gave some reasoning behind that. So let that kind of circulate around and argue it out
Yeah.
professionally, of course.
yeah. And if you guys are interested, it's something that we could,
Mhm.
keep on our agenda going forward, just
Mhm.
I think so.
to discuss
Yeah, it's
theories and changes and ideas and
changes. I'd like to see it go on the warrant
Yeah.
because of that very reason.
Same.
And then everybody's pulling, it's a very interesting thread to read, that everyone's pulling out their calculator to come up with a good way to
Yeah,
make
something
it,
that's a little bit more equitable.
well, more equitable. I was leaning towards square footage. And then there was discussion, well, which side of the house you're living on. And I couldn't see a differential. You really couldn't control it anyways. So bring it to a flat square footage
I thought that-
maximum.
I
And I was getting away from the percentage because you can really go crazy, because people go to the percentage, add in the total gross floor plan. So then it just gets under 25%, which is rather,
yeah.
and they say it's an office space, or they say it's storage, or whatever they want to say.
Right.
I'm not saying it's fair or unfair, just, it's 1,200,
Complicated.
a little bit larger, but not to the extent the equal to, or the size of a very large home. Maybe
Mhm.
get up to 1,200 square feet, which is a livable space, 900
Absolutely.
square feet is nice, but it doesn't maybe necessarily fit disabilities, aging parents,
Mhm.
actually a little bit working its way into two-family.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
1,200 is definitely like more of a sweet spot for what I'm seeing for clients going forward, looking for this in the market, in the public space.
Right. You could say the word two-family home. I'm not sure what the resistance was, just to keep it at 900 square feet.
Mm.
A lot.
Our town.
Not a
Yeah.
lot. Some towns have bumped it to 12.
Yeah, it's big. Our town has a baseline larger homes to begin with, and
That's exactly it.
yeah, so it doesn't quite fit for Southborough, I don't think.
Yeah,
Regardless of the side, though, it still does need to be kept in mind that it is still has to like comply with Board of Health.
Yeah,
That-
Yeah, yeah.
hers rating.
Setbacks,
Well,
height
sometimes-
restrictions, so some, and I haven't seen anything here that applies to that, but in general, people are like, oh, I can do whatever I want. I'm like, no, that
No.
doesn't mean you get a variance for.
It doesn't
Like,
go up
no.
3-story.
Yeah,
and it
you
doesn't
have
go
to have
up-
septic capacity for it. You need to like, if you have
Yeah.
to have setbacks, you can't be.
So.
I think a
don't-
lot of that, sorry, gets captured within the building permit process.
Right,
so
but
just-
some people, I have this like impression, like, I can do whatever I want now,
Oh, yeah.
because this is allowable, and, oh, I can make it bigger than I want now.
Mhm.
No, you still have to,
I think you were getting there. Some towns are removing some of the hard setbacks for ADUs
If that's-
specifically.
but if it's not removed, you still have to,
And at that point, get a variance.
you either have to comply or get a
Mhm.
variance, yeah.
Yeah,
It would be a special permit and a variance.
it would be.
It would, be,
Exactly
yeah,
right.
right, you'd have to go for both. We do have older neighborhoods that in fact are tight on the setbacks because of the old. We have a lot of those, we have a lot of 120, less than 150 square feet frontage, right up against the road, so we're gonna.
I'm right here.
No, we do. And I had started pulling together the list of permitted ADUs that we've done since, from the list of like ZBA permitted ones from 1979, but I went further. I went further than that and I'm still working on it, but I'm listing the type of accessory apartment unit. Are they attached, detached, interior? What the square footage is, what the square footage of the principal dwelling is, just to have more data to
Yeah,
look at to see like, okay, what
yeah.
is our typical like,
Houses.
or yeah, our
What do we
typical
got?
people who are coming for
And then-
this
And then.
and their
what we
their
got.
typical reason, which I think at this
talked about
point,
that.
90% of them are like elderly parents or
That's what I
family
see.
members, and
Yeah,
I think there's one that was a rental property, maybe
Yeah.
two, and that's it.
I've done 2 ADU presentations this week and I meet with the builders, I talk with building commissioners. It's pretty much, the vast majority is for people who want to downsize and kids or boomerang kids. And it's interesting with respect to septic, what's common is towns, not all, but towns are allowing to take a bedroom from the house and apply it to the ADU,
Mhm.
which to me makes the most logical sense. Like, okay, so it was a 4-bedroom house. We're keeping it a 4-bedroom house, but we're making this bedroom into, a study. And the baseline is right there. So,
yeah.
because otherwise, it's such a prohibitive cost to update the septic, and
Mhm.
especially for like seniors.
Yeah, or you might not have capacity for it.
Well, that's just
You
it.
can only get a certain amount of capacity and a certain square footage, so.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
But we were, that's true to get more data, so when we go to spring,
Mhm.
why'd you do that? What were you thinking?
Yeah.
But I don't know if we have data on the square footage. There's that data, but what is how many homes and, some of the problems are that the homes lay out as top bottom
Mhm.
and they just don't fit. So
Exactly.
they just don't fit the 900 if you want to take the top and put a kitchen up there.
Yeah.
And I have no handle. I can look around, but I have no handle on what we really have in totality. And I don't want to make a massive project out of it either.
I mean, I love projects and I love
Okay,
putting
well,
data
it's all-
together,
okay.
so.
Okay, so you like that data, but
Yeah.
one of the difficulties with not exactly why it failed at the last town meeting is that I think it presents well when you've shown the people at town meeting that this is what we have and this is why we want to do it.
Yeah.
And this is why we need you to vote yes,
And I think the simpler the better, right? Like town meeting, it got a little convoluted. And I
I-
know that there were some modifications on the floor that I think added to the confusion.
Well, the question is does do the residents want site plan review
Mhm.
for ADU?
But it exists and that was your point, Mike, is that would be a spring thing, as we say, but that is in the code. And I think the intent of the ADU, and Paul, a comment on it, was to simplify, and having that in there makes it complicated for an ADU to get and put it back with the ZBA. That's what I would think. I'd like to see some things come back.
Yeah, I never understood that sudden change.
Well, it's in our code now on a accessory apartment that there is a minor site plan review correct me,
It's
in there.
not even that. It's a recommendation letter. It's an advisory letter from the planning board.
Okay,
And
so-
then just like a comment from the Board of Health that they have septic capacity. So
So what would the change be?
it's up to you guys. I mean, I think
You
it's
can just keep the
worthy of
past
conversation.
laws just in place. The question is, do the town residents want any site plan review for any ADUs, protected use? Question mark.
Is that, yeah.
Well, we have a lot of code to protect us, so, what do you think, Paul? Simplify, as,
As far as the site plan review goes, again, maybe I'm simple, but if it, what's being proposed complies with what the rules and regs are, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
why we're reviewing it.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
if it's, if it's
No, I'm
not,
not sure.
if you're not looking for something beyond the square footage, something beyond the setback, something beyond septic capacity, then, I mean, we're not
It creates a.
We're not in a situation,
financial burden
like,
to
we're
the-
not in a historic district where you need to be like reviewing what's being proposed. Like I do a lot of work in Nantucket, the entire island's in a historic district. So anything you do needs to be submitted to be reviewed to the historic district. Like we're not at that, like we're not here. So I think if it's, again, if it's compliant with what the rules and regs are, I don't see a need for for a formal engineering and, like.
It's a burden on the homeowner. Financially.
That's just,
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, the burden when it's allowed, that's,
Flip side is if you're actually constructing something, you might want to know where you're constructing it, there's gotta be some,
Yeah, which
if
again,
it's a conversion.
you have to go through a building permit.
that's what I mean.
That's what I'm saying, so if you're complying with everything you need to comply with, I don't think it needs to come to us to be like reviewed.
Doug, you got anything you wanna?
I mean, if it's an as of right use, right? I mean, I really don't think we need to be going through site plan review. It has to be compliant per the setbacks and the code. And I agree with Doris. It seems like another level of complexity and just a barrier to creating housing that we need. So I think it should be as simple as possible.
Yeah, yeah, that was the goal of the legislation.
and that's-
We need housing.
Yeah.
And from that lens, from a property owner's lens, I think the town could have an honest and open dialogue is, do we want to have any type of even abbreviated site plan review for maybe a new detached structure? So if it's not a conversion of a pre-existing non-conforming structure, but if you're building a new structure, I think reasonable people could have arguments as to whether a modified site plan is reasonable or not. I think that's something that could be discussed, but I'm of the same mind where, listen, we've got enough building code like we're a very regulated state. Do we need more? Question mark.
I think you're gonna, when you go to permit, all the drainage is gonna get picked up, the sewer is gonna get picked up, the size and the height, the width, the bedrooms, although people do shuffle bedrooms in homes, but it goes back to what kind of homes, I mean, we have in town, just on my driving through the town, but you're gonna dive deep into that project, Laura. What do we got? And maybe I'd think of it differently if not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with Paul and you and Doug.
Yeah.
I don't know what we've really got. I have an idea what we have here. So who would be adding on? I think there's big homes that might just, I don't know the answer. And then there's small homes that would add on, have the ability to add on, because, you get a 1,200 square foot home and go 900 feet, what does that leave 300? Again, those homes are going to add on, or they're gonna take a shed or a pre-existing building attached to the house, maybe.
I think I mean,
I
I
know
might
I'm
be
right.
naive, I think this
Yeah.
more comes into play for a small home.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That
right.
has, my my folks, they wanna,
That's-
rather, if you've got a 6,000 square foot home, there's probably a spot in the house where your parents could live if they wanted to.
That's exactly.
So I think it more.
Your parents could, I don't know, but my.
I think it comes into play.
Take a boomerang.
Right. I think that's where the percentages aren't equitable. to
Yeah,
those.
they're not, and the housing for our aging, as well as some of the boomerang movement is pretty critical. I'm gonna say it feels critical, maybe because I'm living in it or I'm near it, I've experienced it. Like, what are we gonna do about that? And the options are really, financially onerous. They're just, it's a big cost to house the elderly who may just need to be assisted in a home with the family, so.
Now I'm getting nervous. Hope my parents aren't watching. I don't want them moving in.
Gotta make decisions at some
I've got,
point.
I've got the barn in the backyard, trust me.
Yeah.
Part.
I think I'm just gonna take down my garage.
Okay, when we're offline, we'll chat. Okay.
Yeah.
How's that played out on my end?
Sorry, guys, I didn't get approved. I was really trying. I
Oh,
was gonna move in. Oh, well. rules of
All
red.
right. All right.
So,
Paul.
Wait.
I want-
there's more.
I want
There's
to-
more. There's
Sorry.
more.
I thought we
Stay
were done.
involved.
No,
That's-
these are
I thought we said that-
It-
That's.
Mike, I want to stay on this one because what happened at the last town meeting, somehow you were on, Dave was on, we were on at different times at the public hearing, and I'm like, how'd that happen? I really want to try to avoid that.
Mhm.
Like, avoid that. Like,
Yeah.
what meeting did I miss? I
Mhm.
came away with that feeling.
I missed one meeting. Things changed.
I thought everything was set, right? I thought everything was
This one,
set.
we knew we voted in as president.
All three, no, we all missed me, or was something we missed. And
Mm.
but to be more on it and more open and on top of what I think might be the way the town would want it. Not necessarily just me. Okay,
Okay,
You
so
have more work?
I'll keep the ADU discussion.
Yes, please.
It can be ongoing and then we'll see where it leads. For fall town meeting, the other zoning bylaw update is, the highway major retail. I sent you guys this.
Yes.
Just want to keep you in the loop. So it would, if it passes, it would be a use that's allowed in the industrial park district only via special permit. The planning board met on Monday to discuss this with representatives from Atlantic Management. They suggested some changes to the bylaw as drafted to make it more specific to that one parcel that Atlantic Management owns. And then the other big request, I think, was that the planning board would be the special permit granting authority instead of the ZBA. Select board met last night to talk about it, and select board seems to be really in favor. The end goal for this, just because it came out, is they are looking to potentially put a Costco in that area and then hope that other businesses would kind of pop up around it. So,
Oh, hot dog.
$1.50, it's a great deal. So I just want to keep you guys in the loop. I think select board discussed last night that they want to reach out to This is the old
EMC?
EMC Dell property,
top of the line.
right on the border.
Opposite of Cumbies.
Oh, that was the old Genrad. Wasn't it Genrad? at one
Dating
point?
it, Paul.
Before.
Not before me.
Yeah, the one
Yeah.
across from Cumbies, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's how you gotta do
Not
it.
the whole thing, but there's, I think 1 or 2 lots there. One partially extends into Westboro.
Yeah.
So that's where they're looking. So
That's
they're
a whole lot of
tailor it to be as specific as possible to that parcel so that other parcels in
You
the
know-
industrial park don't.
And that's,
Do that.
okay.
I have something to say. Okay.
So is this, so is there, so that's like a thought for that, but there's, in general, there's looking to have like a major, what's it
No,
called,
they're-
again? the large.
From what it sounds,
retail, Industrial.
from what it sounds like, they're trying to keep it to that location, which feels a little spot zoning-ish.
That's my
Okay.
question. Yeah.
I'm
Is it-
starting to twitch.
So
Is it a whole corridor or is it just for there?
It would
Just for that.
go within the industrial park district. It's a use that would be allowed in the industrial park district.
So like where
However-
Ken's is, like Ken's distribution? Is that,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
So that could become a Costco.
well, no.
Okay, so it's
So
not.
maybe,
Yeah,
I don't know. It has to meet specific criteria,
such as,
which I'm trying to look. It has to be located on a single lot, having a minimum lot area of 20 acres. And this is not the final draft, so there's gonna be some tweaks to this,
Mhm.
based on the meeting on Monday. The lot has frontage on an existing public or private way that has access to the eastbound travel lanes of Route 9. It does not abut any residential zoning district,
That's not
nor
specific at all.
That's not specific at all.
nor is it located within 500 feet of a residential district boundary. The lot does not have frontage on a scenic road.
Known by a high-tech company in the past.
The principal structure devoted to highway major retail use shall be set back a minimum of 500 feet from Route 9. So it's,
Joking aside.
There's
is
some
that-
other
is that-
stuff.
Is that parcel 20 acres?
I
yeah,
think it is.
It is, wow.
Okay.
Jeez.
I gotta tell you, you know.
Not 21, not 19.
Okay. Just happens to be the exact acreage they need. Yeah, sorry. So I get just a little bit concerned because it's coming on a special town meeting. And I didn't know about it until 3 weeks ago, maybe a month
Yeah.
ago. It's got a 0 chance of passing, putting a 50,000 square foot Costco in 3 months and
Mm.
going through town meetings. So maybe they need to sharpen their
It ain't gonna be
pencils.
50,000 square feet. That'd be like a mini Costco.
A mini Costco?
Oh, yeah.
I'm not saying, I'm
Maybe.
just saying
Yeah,
it's
that would
really
be-
fast. Doesn't that feel really fast?
so
I mean,
They're-
sometimes I'm like, things
they
are
don't
so
know-
slow.
Not gonna build a 50,000 square foot.
no.
Let everybody
the-
bring it up to town meeting. It's fine. It's
The
just,
principal structure devoted to highway major retail use shall contain a minimum of 125,000 gross square.
oh, it's just a
feet
double.
floor
it.
And say
area.
a retail store that the
Where's
smallest
the
is.
cars going?
100,000
I'm
square feet.
where are the cars going? Nobody ever puts a road in.
90 to 120.
So this is just to insert the use into our zoning bylaw. That's what this
Right.
article is for.
So you
Then
build.
it would still need to, they would have to put together a plan, they would have to present it, it would
Nobody ever
have to
puts a
go
road
through a
in.
special permit process, they would
Right.
have to go through site plan review. So
Does-
there's still a lot of oversight
Does
that
it
would
need to be
make it hard.
signalized or is like right in, right out only?
We've got housing problems.
I think those are.
Why don't they
No,
take
that's.
Why don't we go to town meeting? I was just gonna get, like, why don't we go to town meeting and there's other parcels of land and develop it for housing? I'm having trouble and then put some other kind of thing in it. We don't have I don't know what their marketing plan to put that in is. Who's shopping there? We're gonna have all these people coming. 10,000 people in this town, it's not gonna support that Costco. That's gonna come. And then just you alone. I'm
Mike and
just,
Paul Wilson.
Yeah, Mike and Paul would be there.
we've got housing problems. I'm just saying we have housing problem. The other thing is that you could just correct me if I'm
Yeah,
wrong,
side
'cause I like to be wrong. I'm okay with being wrong, but isn't this almost like a variance change that nobody's supposed to do anymore? Like, isn't it a variance? It's like saying it's industrial and really just want this one little thing to be retail. Isn't that a change of use? I'm sorry. Is that, Mike's like bobbing his head there. I mean,
The
what,
only thing is,
I'm not mad. I'm just like, that's
no,
really fast.
these are all interesting things. This just, it looks like spot zoning, it smells like spot zoning.
It is.
And it's just,
is.
it's one, and again, like, I'm all for making things happen, but can we just have consistency? Can we just have like, oh, we're gonna approve this for this, and this is gonna be this one spot, and then the rest of the Route 9 can't be that because we don't want that. But we really want to get this site developed because it's really not ideal for anything. Like, it's just one of these like tail wagging the dog kind of things. Like, and again, like, can we just have an open and honest discussion about things? Like, hey, this is what we want to do. This is what we intend for this space. And I just hate how it's like, it has to be on the eastbound side of Route 9, can't be this, can't be that, can't be the other thing. And so it's just like,
It's
that's
one
spot
use,
zoning.
it's one use for one lot of land. Is that what you're saying?
It is.
That's, anyways, the general feeling is, because I didn't know about it even 2 months ago, maybe it was this, you count the calendar days, and it's gonna be on the warrant in November 8th. I can't even imagine how you're gonna get up in front of the people who attend if real word gets out, like the nearest school.
Hmm.
Once that really got some momentum, it was that resistance on, I think it was really solely impartially because of the cost of it. I think people will notice they're gonna put a Costco
Yeah.
where the EMC was. I think it's gonna get noticed, that's all.
Well, I mean, they
I'm
are
not saying
planning
no.
to do a whole public outreach campaign between now and.
Yes,
and
that's what
town
happened
meeting.
6 weeks before. It's difficult for people to follow the public notices. I'd say, hey. you
No, like
Yeah.
they're going to be holding like community forums and things like that. So the Atlantic
Okay,
Management.
today's what?
Do we get
Today,
count on membership for town residents?
but also I
That's-
do.
That's in our ethics guide. No, we do not.
No, the whole
That
town.
would be
Spot, yeah. Spot
Okay,
spot
We gotta get
zoning
moving.
is wrong.
We got 30 days and 2 weeks. We got.
So
45
I
days,
would
45 days.
encourage you guys, the planning board still has the public hearing open for this. They're meeting again on the 29th. So if you guys want to go, I'm happy to post an agenda
And
for you
one last thing on the
What day?
same subject.
29th?
Monday.
This,
Last,
yeah, send me where am I?
did I hear you that they
I think I
want to
may join
remove
this.
site plan review from us?
That's at 6 o'clock, right?
So this use would be a special permit. Typically, special permits for most of the stuff in the bylaw, except for certain ones, are through ZBA. Planning board has requested that they be the special permit granting authority for this one.
Why?
That is a great question that I don't have the answer to, but I'm happy to find out.
To me, it's this, oh, for the ADUs, we want planning. For this new corridor placement, we want planning. Just curious as to what's going on. Just like, how about we just disband zoning and like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just,
Get worked up, Mike.
to me, I just don't understand the arguments for it.
To have it.
Why remove it from us?
So I think this is similar to how when they created the downtown district, they said special permits for that district will go through planning.
Yeah,
So like,
I
it's not
get
necessarily
that.
taking it from you as
get
it's establishing it with them. But I think it's a good conversation to have with the planning board.
and my,
When does that take?
September 29th.
Okay, I got that in my calendar. You sent me the Zoom meeting.
Mhm.
I'm still back to, I can't understand because of one instance, maybe I just don't have enough history, I haven't lived long enough, why the variance was taken away from zoning.
The use variance?
that was voted down at town meeting. That was taken away at town.
Right, town meeting.
That
I don't
was in
think
the
it
wake
served
of-
the town. I'm not saying people did the right thing in that time frame.
Oh, I
No,
couldn't
that-
agree more.
Yeah, so, I mean, I'd put it back on the warrant and I'll just keep.
Oh.
The use variance?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Oh,
I'd put-
if you've got that much, yeah, if you've got that much time to waste, I gotta trim my hedges.
Sometimes we make mistakes. It's like,
I mean,
I just don't think it's a good, I don't
a
think,
ton of towns don't allow use variances. Like they're very rare these days. I think most towns have gotten away from granting them, but
sometimes,
for us, I think
finan-
it just
well, there
came
could
with
be a
the
financial
potential.
hardship. I've definitely gone for a use variance in the
Mm.
towns that, towns that.
I'm gonna keep my comments to myself.
Well,
There it is.
yeah,
Saying, I'm just-
so
Yeah. Doug
throw a
said-
couple, throw a couple comments because I was at the select board hearing last night.
Mm.
Putting aside, the spot zoning or how they're approaching it, just, one of the big things that was talked about was obviously the commercial tax revenue.
Absolutely.
The commercial quarter is hurting. It's likely between
100%.
three to 400,000 per year just for this use, right? If a Costco comes. Again, they're trying to get better estimates. And then obviously there is a real opportunity for co-location. So I would just tell you, at least, from my perspective, I think it makes sense to allow the use, right? How it's allowed, to your guys' points, may not be the best way, but they're definitely, our tax base is definitely now 80, like it was like 84% residential, 16% commercial. It's going in the wrong direction. This could be probably one of the first things that goes in the other way. But that was something that was definitely resonating with the select board and other folks last night.
Oh, it resonates with me as well. Like
Yeah.
if my comments sound snarky and obstructionist, they're not intended to be. I'm actually, I love getting creative on things like that. I get frustrated when we're making rules for specifically one specific applicant where, let's just say there's another section of Route 9 that would love to have, I don't know, a car dealer or another large box retail. And these specific set of rules are only allowed. It just,
Yeah.
On the eastbound side.
yeah, it has to be on the
Yes.
eastbound side. It can't
Yeah.
be the westbound side. And so it's just things like that that I just,
Yeah.
look, can we just have an honest conversation about that?
Yeah, it definitely, from my perspective, is a bit constricting, right? It should be a bit more than just a single site, which again gets too close to spot zoning. So anyways, that was just one thing I would put out there. And given, our flexibility in allowing other uses within office buildings, again, I think we need to be as diversified as possible commercially.
100%.
So, and obviously a Costco would be great. It'd be great to have a grocery store, and those sometimes love to
Imagine
co-locate.
that.
Yeah. So I just want to say, at least from my perspective, we had to figure out the right procedure, but obviously I'd be very much in favor of this, going through. My only other comment is the planning board is very busy. I don't think they need to be busier, and I think they should be sharing the workload. But that's just another comment I'd put out there. But those are just kind of my quick 2 thoughts on just this topic.
Yep, perfect. And thank you for the redirect on that, because I agree with you on, and the select board on all of those points. We absolutely need, to me, like, I know certain people in Southborough go bananas, but like for someone who's kind of grown up here, like I'd give my left pinky for that thing to go in. It's just, I want to be fair and equitable to other property owners on that same corridor. So, like,
Well, they're shutting grocery stores. Very interesting.
so,
Is it competitive? Interesting that they would consider putting one in.
yeah. All right.
Um,
That's all I got.
is that all you got?
That's it,
That's all I've got.
My time to shine?
please.
Okay,
But-
that's yours. I'll drum roll.
I would like to make a motion to adjourn this meeting.
Doris?
Oh, my goodness. I'd like to make a motion to close the,
Just
Zone-
second.
that's it, to close the meeting,
Just say second.
Second.
Okay, second.
Motion has been made and seconded.
The one thing I'm good at.
You weren't talking fast enough and then Mike started like staring at me. Everybody called me Doreen. Doreen. That's
Sorry about
okay.
that.
No, you don't have to apologize at all. I've been called a lot of things.
You got to do a roll call vote.
All right,
All right,
Doris,
aye.
Paul,
Hi.
Doug,
Aye.
Michael is aye.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Good night.